So today we're going to talk about Gymshark. And not actually that moment where they put up a post of a completely average looking woman and then basically put it to feed the trolls that they had actually created as a part of their fucking toxic community just so that they could white knight in the comments and actually complain about them and tell them to unfollow them. Not that specifically, funnily enough. We're going to talk about these fitness apparel brands particularly, but also a little bit of like anything influencers do on social media where they're like, oh, I'm getting kind of popular. I'm gonna start selling shirts. And look, this isn't just something to be like, oh, don't buy theirs, buy mine. If you wanna buy my stuff, that's cool. If you fuck with my shit, cool, sweet, it's over there. It's link in the bio, but not really the point. Like I did that before I started the YouTube stuff, before I started anything. I was making these shirts because I wanted to make cool shirts. But particularly what I wanted to speak about was that obviously as someone who has a fitness oriented channel, these brands have always been around and they've always been shit. They're so unethical and nobody wants to call them out because they put out this idea that if you wear their clothing, you're a part of their thing. And it's not true. These companies are selling the most unrealistic body types that are completely and utterly unnatural just so that you'll buy their $2 sweatshop bullshit marked up 4,000%. And that's how we get billion-dollar fitness apparel companies. What the hell? Gymshark is worth $1 billion? Really? If you actually spend 5 minutes on the internet, you can Google Gymshark complaints and you can see all of the complaints, like these 1-star reviews, tons of them, about how low quality the product is. Because it is. It's shit. It's such a shit product. And they've been slinging it for so long that I genuinely don't know how they would have made their impact without bringing on board a bunch of roided out motherfuckers to sell the image of the brand. That's how they do it. Gymshark, Alphalete, all of them. I'm not gonna mention a couple of brands just simply because you probably know who they are and I could get some flack, but all of those brands started off as like the absolute bottom of the barrel, AliExpress, wholesale shit, made in a sweatshop, marked up a stupid amount and sold to you as this premium apparel. And we all lapped it up, myself included. I bought an Ever Forward shirt a little while, like a few years ago, and I've never bought anything since. It was the one piece and I was like, yeah, it's a shirt. Why did I pay $65 for this? And I guess that was a bit of the fuel for why I wanted to push the brand as far as I did. Like I have always been really, really open about the transparency of the brands that I pick, like the suppliers. So that's why I go to AS Color. It cost me like $18 a shirt. I'd rather pay $18 a shirt, sell it for $30 and make a little bit of money off my time and effort and be able to know that I'm doing something at least a little bit more ethical. I just don't actually get how guys can be like, oh, $2. So if I print this with a shitty fucking generic design and then sell it for $40, I can make lots of money. And they do. And props to them. I'm not shutting down the hustle of these brands, just the ethics of it. It's shit. You're shit. And I really hope that we can see a bit of a shift in the community where people are like, why am I buying this? Like, what are they doing for me? You've got all these people out there, and I hope it's not you, but it's got all these people out there that are jumping online, seeing these ripped motherfuckers on Instagram and being like, man, I want to look like that. Oh, they wear Gymshark. Maybe if I buy some Gymshark and start tagging them in my posts, they'll see me and eventually I'll be one of their dudes. Do you take steroids? Then you probably won't. If you do take steroids, then you still probably won't. They're going for specific types of people, and they're only picking these extremely narcissistic people because it just promotes their brand in its entirety. So I think the biggest part from today's video is like, if you want to buy Gymshark, if you think it's comfy or whatever, that's fine. Look, I can't stop people from buying the brands. It's not really the point. I admire the hustle of the brands. I just wish that they were more ethical, and I really hope that the community of fitness apparel can just make pushes to be more ethical. And I'm sure quite a lot of these brands are more ethical now, but it's still the fact that they built it off of this sort of really dodgy foundation. I really want to rant about it. when I came on to make this video, I'd already planned on making this video, but then Gymshark made that shitty post that I'm sure everybody already knows about. But God, that just like really bugged me, and I'm just like sitting here going, it's just more for profit. All you care about is the money. You don't care about the people. I have to tell you one thing about these companies is that they are literally nothing without you. Like, all of their money, that $1 billion, is your money. It's not them making $1 billion. They didn't just spawn it out. It's your money. You're paying for it. So why are you accepting less than optimal product? Like, it's so overpriced. They're still making them in these shitty, really unethical chains that have no real work and safety process. They have no like supplier auditing process. And so it's just this sort of like, there, we make them in Bangladesh, but like, it's good. Do you want to buy it? How are they getting away with this? And yeah, you can say that about every brand. Like, you can say that about Nike, you can say that about all of them. Funnily enough, you can't say it about Adidas. They're actually apparently quite ethical. Who would have thunk? Who would have thought that Adidas was more ethical? A company founded by a Nazi. If you're gonna buy Gymshark, if you're gonna buy Alphalete, if you're gonna buy these cuck brands from famous YouTubers, for any reason other than, oh, I wanted some gym shirts and they're kind of comfy. For anything about like personal growth on the social media platforms, I kind of just hope you don't. I really hope you go out there and you just buy stuff that feels comfortable to wear in the gym, and you just start realizing that buying their products doesn't make them like you. They don't care. You are a number. You are a metric. They look at their sales every month and go, how can we make more every single time? That's why we've seen this just skyrocketing change in these companies, going from this dude in a garage to now owning like multi-million-dollar properties and heading into like billion-dollar properties, sort of like billion-dollar incomes. It's all off your back. So yeah, fucking, that's all. I really hope that this reaches someone who's about to press buy now on some gym trash fucking apparel, and you go out there and you just buy something else.